All right, the Vikings have yet to have a quarterback transition. That might happen next year. More on that in a minute. For now, Kirk Cousins meeting with reporters yesterday during the Vikings mandatory minicamp, and he said something that caught my ear because Kirk Cousins is not the kind to just throw around reckless speculation like me. Here's Cousins talking about the possibility that recently released running back Dalvin Cook could actually be back with the Vikings. Here he is.
I'm excited to see where he goes. I'll always be pulling for him, and I kind of optimistically hoping maybe we get him back. Who knows? But maybe there's an outside chance. So we'll see.
I feel really good about our running back room, and Alex Madison is a huge reason why. I think he's proven that he can, whether over the past few years when he stepped in there, handling a really good workload and producing, and also just in our short term together, his ability to handle the roles and responsibilities of that position in our offense. So I feel great about where Alex is at. The next step in his career is just obviously a little bit more consistent opportunities, which, we hope to provide for him.
That was Kevin O'Connell, the head coach, from Tuesday. Before that was Kirk Cousins from Wednesday. Now, he did the tell thing. He did the scratch the forehead when he was talking about the possibility of Dalvin Cook coming back. Now, I don't know. Was that his inner angst that maybe he was speaking out of turn, that he heard something that he wasn't sure he should be saying? I don't know. But again, I don't think Kirk Cousins throws that out there if he hasn't heard it from someone in a position of power and influence in the organization. Because when do you ever hear, when a player gets cut, one of the players who is still there saying, I'm hopeful he'll come back? Colt McCoy didn't say, I'm hopeful DeAndre Hopkins is going to come back. Kyler Murray hasn't said, I'm hopeful DeAndre Hopkins is going to come back, because we know there's no way in hell he's coming back. But for Cousins to say that, it tells me the door's open on the possibility. Once Cook sees what's out there or what's not out there, maybe whatever the Vikings are willing to pay him is as good or better than what anyone else is willing to offer.
I'm with you in the camp of, when it comes to Kirk Cousins and what he said there, I don't think he just throws that out there blindly. I don't. Yeah. I think that would be, as a player, there's a code of conduct or whatever where, you wouldn't just put pressure on the organization out of nowhere and just go, hey, I hope we sign this guy that we just released, and, we're trying to get rid of him and just wipe everybody's brain clear of the guy so we don't remember him. I hope we bring him back. That is rare for especially a quarterback who has a good feel usually for what's going on in an organization and what's being said a little bit more than the rest of the locker room and what's being said behind closed doors. Yeah, I would think that maybe he's been led that's a possibility of happening. But
can we play control room? Can we play that part again? Just the Cousins part with our mics up, so we can do play-by-play of Cousins as he's saying what he said. I'll filibuster while they re-rack and re-cue. Those are industry terms.
But like what O'Connell said,
don't know what they
do you
mean.
think O'Connell was trying to really squash that there with what he said?
No, because it was before.
I know.
It was Tuesday.
Right.
O'Connell was Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think O'Connell has a very Serenity Now vibe where he finds a way to keep a smile on his face and characterize every glass as half full and doesn't want to upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
And so I don't put a whole lot of stock in when he's kind of meanders like that.
Yeah.
I think he's doing what he has to do to just get through the question.
Right.
And we're behind Alexander Madison. But, if Dalvin Cook came back, maybe we'd be behind him too. Here's Cousins again from yesterday. If you're watching on Peacock or Sky Sports Action, watch the hand gestures and pay attention to how he caps his response on the possibility of Cook coming back. Let's play it.
I'm excited to see where he goes. I'll always be pulling for him, and I kind of optimistically hoping maybe we get him back. Who knows? But maybe there's an outside chance.
Yeah. A little bit of like, they
that kind of like, should I be saying? I'm kind of optimistic.
Should I say that?
Like kind of like just something in it. No, and it's very real. It's very real. We have involuntary movements when we're in situations like that where there's any amount of stress in what we're saying. So he's crossing that bridge, and I think he's thinking, God, should I be saying, like,
that's how I would take it. Right.
It's human. It's human, and that's why I love seeing these press conferences, because And that's what I would do if I was a PR executive with a team. I would put like grips and I would put something there. Like on my exercise bike, there's a place to put your hands and just lock on. I would say put your left hand here, right hand here, and don't move them and just speak because your hands are going to betray you in many of these situations.
Yeah, I hear you. We're all looking for tells, and I think we enjoy it, you and I. That's what's probably annoying to players or coaches out there. We like dissecting that stuff. But, yeah, and I know I said O'Connell, he's trying to squash it. I knew he said it Tuesday. I just was saying, was he trying to squash that conversation altogether
in advance
with what he said? Right,
yeah.
What he said on Tuesday. But, yeah, I'm with you in that camp. And here, let me just throw one other thing here. A little bit of a, again, the anomaly or what's going to happen with Dalvin Cook. I do find fascinating because of all the things we said leading up to this. I mean, he's still a guy that's special and got 3 rockets up his butt and can go to the house from anywhere, right? Now, yesterday, I'm always looking for that team or who might be interested. Who reorganized the contract yesterday, Mike, to free up $10.5 million? Do you remember off the top of your head what happened yesterday? Cooper Kupp and the Rams, right? They did you got me trained to think like you. I don't know if the Rams would go down that right now. Are they in total rebuild mode? Are they quietly going, hey, we're better than people think? And if we get Dalvin Cook, we might be able to sneak back into the playoff conversation. We know there was a little bit of an issue between the organization and Cam Akers last year. So I didn't mean to go there, but it's something that certainly kind of percolated in my brain yesterday when I was seeing that news.
Anytime that just kind of randomly out of the blue you see teams restructure contracts and create significant cap space, it makes you wonder what they're thinking about. Hell, they may be thinking about a run at DeAndre Hopkins, right?
True. Exactly
right? Remember when Odell Beckham Jr. was available and one of us said, I think it was me, watch the Rams?
Yeah.
And that was just throw a dart, but that's how the Rams were at the time. Now, they seem to be sliding out of that. The F them picks has become a different mindset, but DeAndre Hopkins is out there. He's lingering. Maybe we can get him away from Bill Belichick and the Patriots. They could clearly use him. I mean, Sean McVay was asked about the receiver position the other day, and he said he feels better about it than he did. But still, when you look top to bottom, they need somebody to complement Cooper Kupp. It can't just be Cooper Kupp and whoever else we throw out there.
Yeah.
So it's either Hopkins or Cook that maybe they're thinking about.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. And, again, that's a group there that, I know they're in a little bit of rebuild, retool mode, but knowing that group and that the feisty GM and head coach, they're even though maybe like, whoa, we got to pull back the reins a little bit. They're still like, we can get in the mix of things here. I think they have tremendous. That's where they do have a good culture, and they've never backed down from anything. Last year was the first year we saw them kind of fall apart to a degree. But yeah, I was certainly interested by that move and what the Rams did there.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.